My name is Sam and I am a consultant for Childminding UK. We're a registered charity that provides information, resources, training and support for Ofsted registered childminders. This presentation is all about the rules around how many children registered childminders can care for. The number of children that you care for are set in law. The numbers on this slide will be related to individual childminders, and we'll discuss numbers for childminders working together and for those employing assistants later on. The maximum number of children that you can care for is 6 under the age of 8. This number includes your own children or any children that you are responsible for, such as foster children or grandchildren, for example. Of these 6 children, only 3 can be what Ofsted call young children. This is children from birth to the 1st of September following their 5th birthday, which is usually the end of reception at school. Of these 3 young children, there should usually only be one baby under 1 year old. As the slide says, these are maximum numbers of children that childminders can care for. For some childminders who live in small homes or flats, Ofsted may register them for less than the maximum numbers because there are space requirements in the EYFS that you can go and take a look at if you wish. You really don't need to measure your home in order to register, as Ofsted will assess the numbers you can be registered for. Most childminders are automatically registered for 6 under 8. So let's look at an example. You have 2 children of your own, aged 2 and 6 years old. Because you can care for 6 children under the age of 8, you can also childmind 4 children. Using the age brackets we have just talked about, you can childmind another 2 young children from birth to the end of reception in school and 2 older school-aged children under the age of 8. Your 2 own children and your 4 minded children make up the maximum 6 children that you can care for as a maximum. Childminders can also care for children over the age of 8. There are no set numbers for this by law, but you must make sure that if you care for older children as well as the younger ones, you are still meeting all the children's needs and that the needs of the older children don't adversely affect the care and the education that you are giving young children. Although the law doesn't stipulate maximum numbers of children over 8, your public liability insurance will stipulate how many children you are insured to childmind for at any one time, so you need to check this. It is often 10 children, but some insurance policies do vary. If you are planning to care for children overnight, the same ratios apply. You must be able to hear the children in case they wake during the night. Using a baby monitor for this purpose is acceptable. Most childminders work alone, but many work with childminders or employ childminding assistants. There is a limit to the number of adults who can work together in childminding settings, regardless of whether the childminder works with other childminders or childminding assistants. Each extra adult can care for the same number of children as the childminder, unless Ofsted reduces that number due to space requirements. Childminding assistants can only have sole care of minded children within their ratio for a maximum of 2 hours a day, and they must hold a paediatric first aid course to do so. Parents' permission must also be given. If you plan to have more than 4 adults working together, you will need to contact Ofsted about changing your registration from childminding to childcare on domestic premises. The only other thing we need to mention in this section about ratios is that there is some discretion allowed when you are working with children and families. When you are caring for 4-year-olds who are in full-time school, you are allowed to count them as in the 5 to 8 year bracket, even though they are still 4. This enables you to take on another young child. Also, it is clear that when parents of twin babies would not want their babies being cared for by different childminders, or when parents of an existing minded child have another baby and want you to be able to care for a baby alongside their older sibling. If you have a baby of your own, you may be asked to care for another baby. For situations such as these, childminders can vary the ratios, providing that you can demonstrate to all parents and to Ofsted that you are able to fully meet all the children's needs. For this, you may need to think about the following. Do you have enough equipment? You may need to buy extra car seats, high chairs, buggies, etc. Can you provide all the different care and learning needs of more than 3 young children? Can you go out and about safely when you have more than 3 young children? If there was a fire and you had to evacuate your home quickly, have you worked out how you would do this safely? Do you need any extra risk assessments to cover you for the extra risks? Don't forget that if you have increased the number of young children that you care for, you will have to have space within your 5 to 8 age group to use, as you must not go over the legal limit of 6 children under the age of 8, as you will be breaking the law, and this would also invalidate your public liability insurance. Please note the variations exception rule is not there so the childminders can consistently care for more children than 3 young children at any one time. It is intended to be there when it is needed and for the benefit of the children. We would recommend that you consider making a record of the agreement of parents and the reasons for the variation. Our variations form is available in our shop, but is also included free as part of your membership package. If you think childminding is for you, please do visit our website childmindinguk.com, where you'll find a dedicated page to becoming a childminder. You will also find a guide to becoming an Ofsted registered childminder in our shop, or give us a call on 01536 210 685 and we'll be really happy to answer any questions that you may have. Do look out for other YouTube videos for more information about registering as a childminder.